Buongiorno e benvenuti. My name is Giovanna and I welcome all of you to my kitchen on the cliff. Today we're making meatballs, everybody's favorite. We're going to cook them in sauce, and both the meatballs and the delicious sauce can be served in many different ways, and we'll make some suggestions. This recipe comes from my book, Sicilian Feasts, where you will find many other recipes suitable for every occasion, particularly for the holidays. My other book, The Cooking of Emilia-Romagna, which is the cooking of Northern Italy, is also available, just published in its second edition, and it's available already for the holidays. So today we're making meatballs in a delicious sauce, and I am adding sausage because my family likes sausage, and the more meat you mix in a sauce, the better the sauce will be. So if you feel like leaving out the sausage, by all means do that. And just make the meatballs. But the specialty today is meatballs, everybody's favorite Italian food. We are going to begin with a battuto made up of celery, carrot, and 1 onion. Since this is a huge Vidalia onion, I'm going to use only half. We're going to saute that in half olive oil and half butter, and then we're going to add the puree of 2 cans of whole tomatoes, okay? As I've said before many times, buy whole tomatoes and then you know what you've got. You have the best. So puree them in any way you like. Put them through a mill or put them in a food processor. So the ingredients for the meatballs are our trio of meats, which is beef, veal, and pork. Now, do you have to use that mixture? No. You can use any one of them. So either get 1.5 pounds of veal or pork or beef, or mix it any way you like. So we will make the meatballs, we will fry the meatballs. I know that some of you bake them, which is fine, just perfectly fine, but if you want real flavor, you're going to get it by frying. I'm sorry about that. People seem to shirk off frying for many reasons, but in this case, please fry the meatballs. They will be absolutely the best that way. So we have the meat. I'm going to add sausage only because my family loves to have sausage together with the meatballs. And the meatballs will have 2 eggs, grated cheese, grated breadcrumbs, garlic, and parsley. Those are all the ingredients. When you finish frying the meatballs, you are going to deglaze the pan with wine, and you're going to pour the whole thing into the sauce. I know that you will see fat there. Don't take it out. You know, fat is what makes everything taste good. So you're not going to eat the whole pot. You're going to eat a portion. So let it be. Enjoy it. Enjoy the fat because it tastes so good. Now we're going to get started with the sauce. Okay, we're going to start by chopping the celery, and I'm going to cut it in thirds lengthwise or even fourths. You can do this any way you like. You can do it on the food processor. I like chopping. It doesn't take much longer. Next we'll do the carrot. Now let's go to our wonderful tool, the bench scraper, and we collect them all. Now we're doing the onion. This is our battuto, and we're ready to start. Let us begin by adding our butter and an equal amount of olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil, of course. Let's turn the heat on, medium-high. We're melting the butter, mixing it with the olive oil. Use all your senses when you cook. You can hear the oil beginning to bubble. And so when it's bubbling, which means it's quite hot, we're going to add our vegetables and make the battuto. Give it a stir. While the battuto is browning, we're going to process our beautiful whole tomatoes. And we're going to take a half a can of water. There's a lot of tomato paste in here that we want to clean the can. Pour it in. This is our second can. Now, when we made the puree, we used a half a can of water for each one. Since we're using 2 cans, that totals the whole can of water. But we do half in each can, both to add water because you have to, and to clean up the can so you have no sauce left over. I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Fresh grated nutmeg is best. I'm old enough that I know how much 1/4 teaspoon is exactly. That's 1/4 teaspoon, a little more. Okay, next is allspice, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, cardamom, and we need a pinch of cloves, and 1 tablespoonful of sugar. I know that some people object to the sugar in the tomatoes. Tomatoes are acidy, and you have many ways of getting rid of the acid. And one way is to simply put a tablespoonful of sugar, and it'll taste wonderful. That's what I do. Turn the heat on high, until it comes to a boil, and then we lower it. Meanwhile, we're going to make the meatballs. Our sauce is bubbling away. Meanwhile, now we're going to make the meatballs. So we begin with our meat. And to the meat, we're going to add 2 eggs, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, half a cup of grated cheese, could be Romano or Parmigiano. To that, we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to chop the garlic right in the bowl. So first I cut it in one direction. And we cut it lengthwise. So when you finally cut it, you're really chopping it. Of course, if you feel like chopping it, do so. Or if you have a garlic press, use it. I like to do it this way. Now we take some wonderful fresh parsley. Wow, this is wonderful. I like a lot of parsley. I like to taste it. This is the way I cut, and I get it quite fine, quite small, but this is what I'm used to. This is the way my grandmother and my mother chopped. But if you like to chop on a board, do so. But please, don't buy dry parsley, okay? Chop it however you want, but make sure that you're chopping fresh parsley, and make sure that it's Italian flat leaf parsley. Nothing else will do. Many of you tell me that this is how your grandmother used to chop. Well, I'm a grandmother too. The last thing I'm going to add is salt. And this is kosher salt. This is exactly 1 teaspoon. Okay, so we have all our ingredients assembled. Now I'm going to just use the best tools in the world, impeccably clean hands, to combine everything. Sometimes the cheese and the breadcrumbs go to the bottom, so just pick it up, turn it, and mix some more. And I like to see the speckle of green from the parsley. That's delicious. If you're particular about your meatballs being all exactly the same size, just use an ice cream scoop. And you fill it, you go against the bowl, right? And then you scoop it out. So we're going to make them like this, and then I'll refine them. It certainly speeds it up. You also don't handle it so much. You know, it's not good to do a lot of squeezing. We like them to be, to be tender, not to be dry. Now I'm going to shape them a little bit better. You know, children love to cook, so when you're doing this, invite your grandchildren, your children, anybody who's willing to help, and they'll all be happy to do so. And then when you eat it, you have the extra thrill, and the children can say, I made those. Our polpette are done, and now we're going to fry them and add them to the sauce. I'm going to fry the meatballs. So I'm putting about a half a cup of oil. I'm going to put this. These are done at high heat because they just need to brown. You know, anytime you brown meat and you have these tidbits that are in the oil, it's all fabulous flavor. So I'm going to do it at high heat so they cook quickly, because they will actually cook in the sauce. From now on, as we take one out, we put another one in. Okay, we start turning it. That brown is what's going to give the sauce and the meatball a lot of flavor. So I know it's faster in the oven, but it's tastier this way. All right? As soon as they're done, nice and brown all over, we drop them into the sauce. All right, all the meatballs are in the sauce. Now we're going to do the sausage. Now I'm going to deglaze the pan with a glass of wine. And it's very important that you realize that since you're pouring wine into hot oil, it's going to splash. Take your cover it, and put the wine from the back. Okay, did everybody get that? So now we're going to take the sausage. If you're not making sausage, just do it when you finish cooking the meatballs. And of course, we're going to turn this off and we're going to add it to the sauce. This is all flavor. And now we're going to make it as low as we can, very low heat. Now we're going to add exactly a tablespoonful of salt. No wonder when kids come home to grandma, they can't stand the smell and they have to have a meatball right away. Okay, we cover it. Now it's going to cook for an hour. The sauce has cooked for a total of 1.5 hours. This wonderful sauce is really one for many different meals and different ways of serving. We can serve the meatballs on bread, so you could make a hero sandwich or just eat it with the bread. We can serve certainly spaghetti and meatballs. Well, now you've learned how to make meatballs, so we're going to do the tasting. You can serve it any way you like, but what we're going to do today is make a hero sandwich.
I've just cut the meatballs in half so they lie flatter, so it's easier to close the sandwich.
I'm going to have them with a little bit of pasta. And I'm going to add sauce to the lovely meatballs. Okay, buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
Very flavorful, delicious. The sauce is wonderful. And now I'm going to try a mouthful of the spaghetti with the sauce.
Try making your own meatballs at home. They will be the best you've ever had.
That's right. Make them once and you make them again and again because they are really delicious.
Don't forget to subscribe. Ciao. Thank you for watching.
Ciao amici, alla prossima volta.